Now to our Race in Chicago series. In 2016, nearly 4.5 million black voters who had supported Barack Obama in 2 elections stayed home and did not vote.
Tonight, we look at the importance of the black vote and why Democrats cannot assume 100% black support. Political reporter Marianne AHERN joins us now with more. Marianne?
Good evening to both of you. Whether it's been the victories of former President Barack Obama, Senator Carol Moseley Braun, or Mayor Harold Washington, Chicago has witnessed firsthand the influence of the black vote.
How many are going to vote for me? Yeah!
When Chicago elected Harold Washington its first black mayor in 1983, the black vote understood its power.
We learned that we can put you in office and we can take you out of office. We put Jane Byrne in office, and we then took her out of office.
Still, not just Democratic political strategist DELMARIE COBB, Reverend Ira ACREE has concerns as well.
Recently, there's been some frustration with the Democratic Party. I call myself now an independent Democrat. We have seen so many years the Republican Party write us off and the Democratic Party take us for granted.
This year, after the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and calls for racial equality, there are questions. How might those calls impact the presidential election? In 2016, 8% of black voters chose Donald Trump. Will County Republican leader George Pearson on why black voters are not automatically Democrats.
Over the last 35, 40 years, we have swung one side, and then we wonder why a lot of our communities aren't prospering. Well, we only have one side that's supposed to be fighting for us, and if you ignore another side of the party, why do you expect them to champion your cause? Courting the black vote often starts at church.
The black church has a community meeting every Sunday. The church has been crucial.
You don't know how powerful you really are.
Reverend Jesse Jackson, who himself has been a presidential candidate and an activist, may not have achieved his personal goal of winning an election, but he galvanized black voters to produce change.
When Jesse Jackson ran in '84 and '88, he was really the determining factor for the Democrats taking back the Congress.
This year, will black voters show up in big numbers?
We've got to come out and vote like our lives depended on it.
It's not just about choosing who will be in office. It's also about holding those elected accountable.
Black people do feel like they've been taken for granted. That's absolutely the truth. We've allowed them to take the black vote for granted because we haven't held people accountable once we get them in office.
Whether it's the past victory of Barack Obama as the first black president, Senator Kamala Harris as the first black woman vice presidential nominee, or the greater effort by Republicans to reach out to black voters, it's obvious the black vote for both parties was and is important.
Congratulations, you successfully voted. Thank you for coming to us.
One final note, the experts will tell you there isn't one black vote. Some are conservative, some are progressive, and many who study the data closely believe the 2020 race is fluid. All the more reason the black vote is key. From the Control Center, Marianne AHERN, NBC5 News.
So much to follow this election. Thanks so much, Marianne.